Hello viewers, welcome to Code for Any. Online maintenance and service apps inside today need to develop here the home screen app bar need to develop here. First of all, need to see these designs inside the XD files. Now need to open this here the XD files and today need to making here the this app logo as well as the menu bar buttons. Also need to write down here the search text fields and you need to write down here the some clicking buttons you need to develop here and also need to select here the service nearby locations you need to like this UI you need to this app bar today you need to develop here. Let's start how to write down inside the letters. Now first of all you need this here the new folders you need to create inside the screen folders. Now select here the screens and to write down here the home and now need to create here the new files and to give this here the name home underscores screen dot dots like this need to write down here and to first of all now making here the stateful widgets and to give this here the name as a home screen and now we need to import this here the material dependency. Now need to write down here the scaffolds and to create here the app bars. First of all, now need to general app bars need to develop. We need to first of all the set here the background colors. So need to set here the T colors primary like this settings here and to save this here. First of all, now need to configure here inside the go sign in screens and to find out here the sign in buttons here and to put this here the context dot push extensions methods need to calls. If you not see here the first video, please see this here the first video because you need to explain this here the push extensions methods into shortcuts methods into develop here. Now need to give this here the directly widgets need to pass this here the const dot home screens need to passing here like here and to save this here. Now need to run this apps inside the simulators. Now here's runs and now restarting here this apps. Here restart and now need to click here the sign in screens and look like this here the showing this here the UI. First of all now need to go inside the home screens and to remove this here the this black shadow. We need to write down here the evaluations. We need to set here the 0 and to clean this here. And now also need to write down here the leading buttons. We need to set here. Now need to set here the icons buttons and need to give this here the on press events not sets any configurations now and to set this here the icons image icons sets and to set this here the icons. No need to pass this here the height and width. Now need to go inside the set folders. Now select here the image and now need to find out here the menu icons. Now need to copy this relative path and to paste this here. Now look like this here the settings here. Now need to also need to set this here the title logo. Need to configure first of all need to format this here. Give this here the some comma separators and now need to write down here the titles inside into first of all making here the row here's like here's and to write down here the children's. Now need to set here the image and to give this here the white logo. Need to find out here the white logo here's look like this showing here and to exporting inside the hd files. Now need to copy this relative path and to paste this here. Now here's most important parts need to give this here the fixed sides otherwise not showing here the goods like showing here look like this show. Now need to fix this here the height and width issue. Now need to set here the heights need to give this here the normally app bars need to 40 that to give this here the 40 and to set this here the fits as a box fits need to give this here the pit heights need to set and to fix this here the icon issue look like this similar to our designs need to showing here. Now we need to developing here the body. We need to develop this app related body. Need to write down here like here body parameters. And we need to write down here the columns here's and like here's. And then after you need to creating here the UI. Need to develop here the containers. Need to set here the decorations, box decorations. Need to set like here's. Need to give this here the width colors. Need to give this here the T color primary text colors. Set here's primary colors not primary text into primary colors and now need to give this here the border radius. Need to set here border radius only bottom left and bottom right. So need to set here bottom left radius circulars need to set here the 35, and also need to set here the bottom right. Same need to given this here, so now need to copy, paste this here, look like this here show, and to set this here. Like these configurations for the UI, you need to configure here, and also need to make sure, so need to given this here the padding for this UI, need to write down here the padding const edges insert symmetric, need to give this here the horizontals 20, need to pass here like here, and now need to set here the childs and to create here the column like here, and then after we need to creating here the search box. Now first of all need to making here the containers, need to give this here the decorations box decorations, and set here the color white like here. So now need to showing this here text files, need to making like similar to UI this search text fields. Now need to give this here the border radius circular, so need to setting here the 10 like here, and now need to set this here the childs, and to give this here the text fields, set here the decorations, input decorations need to setting here. First of all now need to enable borders, need to set here border, enable borders, set here the null. Same as need to focus borders, need to set here input border null like this configures. Now we need to configurations are the needs for here. First of all now need to setting here this text fields inside in text I need to set this here, and to set here the text search service here, search for service here, service here, select this, that's it, search service. Now need to set here the in text styles, need to set here the text styles, set here the color, color primary text, not primary placeholders, need to setting here, set here the also font size 14, and also need to another configurations are the needs, give this here the comma. Now need to set here the text styles, now need to copy here, input here, set here the text style here, check here, style paste this here, need to set here font size 17, and also need to set here the primary text colors, sets, and look like this here the show. And first of all now need to making here the suffix icon, prefix icons, not suffix like this, set here the container. If you set here the image directly gets here the one issue with automatically change this here the height and width. That's why I need to cover up of the containers and to give this here the alignment centers like this configure. Now I need to give this here the image for the search. Now need to copy relative path, need to paste this here, and now need to give this here the width as a 20, and height also need to set this here the 20 like this sets, and look like this here the show. How to fix this here? First of all now to wrap with here the containers, to write down here the wrap containers, and to set this here the elements as a dot center, and to give this here the width 40 like this sets, and look like this here the showing this here the similar to our designs. And now I need to configure this here the another row need to develop here. Now need to creating here similar to our designs. Now need to show this here the xd files. Now need to making like this here the this small button list need to develop here. Now first of all now need to making here the row after the containers. Now need to write down here the row, create here the children's, and first of all now need to give this here the some height space, width space. We need to set here the width as a 15 like here. And now need to develop here the inkwell, and we need to on tab event. And now we need to set here the childs inside need to create here the text, and to give this here the text names we need to set here the cleaning like here, and to set this here the styles, and to set here the text styles colors, color white. And also need to set this here the font size, we need to set here the 12, and to set here the decorations because we need to drawing this here the underlines like here, and need to set here the comma look like this here the show, set here the const value, and set here give this here the remove here const, set here, and look like this here the cleanings, and also need to set this here the height, need to give this here the 30 like here. So look like this here the showing here. First of all now this is links buttons need to create here the common widgets because need to use this here the every times any place need to give this here the link UI, then to convert into the first of all buttons. Now need to cut this here and to create here the common widgets. Now need to go inside the common widgets and to creating this here the new files, and to give this here the link button dot dots, and now create here the stateless widgets, and to give this here the link buttons titles need to set here for this class name, and also import this here the material dependency, and now need to put this codes here and to set here the some variables. Finals need to set this here the string and to set as the titles, and then after need to set this here the void callbacks, and on press event we need to write down here on pressed like years, and also need to sometimes need to changing this here the colors, need to set here the colors optionals, and to give this here the text colors txt color like years, and to import this here these parameters, and by default need to set this here the colors is equal to t color, need to set here the white colors is good color white like years. Here if you give otherwise you need to not like this, need to write down here the color property color ext color, remove here the const value optional like sets, set here the titles for this button, and write down here the tab event on press like, and these buttons are the creating like this here the one time creates, and to use this here the multiple times, no need to every times need to like this here the codes inside the every times need to reduce this here the some codes in shorts. Now we need to use this here the button names, use this here the link button, and we need to set here the titles as a cleaning, and on press it's like this sets like this similar to show this here. Another's now need to think this here the another buttons need to develop here. First of all now need to give this here the two buttons between some space, with space need to give this here the size box, give this here the width as a 8 like this configures, and to set here the const value like this sets. Now need to reput these functions many times like here's, and two different names need to set here. First of all the clumpings now need to set here clumping, then after need to painter, and last one is battery like this settings, and to look like this here the similar to our design so need to showing here. Now another things you need to develop here, First of all, now need to go inside the designs and to show this here, look like this UI. Need to creating like this here, the locations, nearby locations you have need to develop here. Now creates here the another row here and set here the childs. First of all, now need to give this here the equal space because same lines need to set here. Then after need to setting this here the image sets and to set this here the locations image. Now need to find out here the location copy relative path to paste this here. Now need to give this here the width and height. So need to set this here the 15s because small these heights and width. That's why like this here the show. And also make sure need to given this here the some height space between here the below here the this row need to set here the 15. Look like this similar to show this here. Need to change here these locations. Set here 20 is good maybe like this increase. And now we need to given this here the icons between the some space. Now need to given this here the head space and now need to developing here the text property. Need to write down here the titles, service location nearby, near dash, and now need to set here the styles, set here the text styles, set here the color t color primary text. We need to set this here. Then after we need to set this here the fonts as a 50 like this, and we need to configuration are the done this here like here and look like this here the showing this here this service nearby this titles. Now need to give this here the selected service buttons need to showing here and also need to show this here the city names and pin codes. Now we need to create here the inkwell buttons. We need to develop here inkwell, set here the on tab event like here. Now need to create here the childs and to create here the row, creates here the children's and also make sure you need to given this here the minimum size because we need to developing here the buttons, set here the minimum. And now first of all now making here the titles. Now need to copy this here this service and to paste this here and now need to set here the decorations underlines. We need to setting this here text decorations underlines like this sets and we need to change this here the value. We need to write down here the Jaipur and to give this here the pin code like here. And also need to drawing here the another space copy relative and to paste this here as set here the 8 not heights width also make sure here width give this here the 8 maybe wrong place. I need to put here now need to cut here and you need to set here. That's why now showing this here similar to here. Need to set here the 14 and also need to change this here like 40 and now need to develop here the drop down icons. Need to put this here image assets. Now need to set here the down icons find out here inside the assets, copy relative path, paste this here. Now need to set here the width and height 15s and similar to shown these years and also make sure now need to given this here the some height space here and similar to our designs look like this way and not to compare with this here XT files designs. Both are similar to show. Maybe need to increase this here the value. Need to set here the 30 by 2. Need to set here If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment sections. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care. And tomorrow need to continue here the next UI need to develop here and continue these screens. Home screens UI need to developing here.